I decided to look this flamboyant to come and tell you that there's risks in agric investment. If you think that you just sleep in your house and prices from 200 will rise to 200,000 naira and you cash out, that's a lie. I'm here to tell you the truth about what people do not tell you when it comes to agric investments. My name is Habila. I am an agric investment coach. I actually help people invest their money in agriculture in the safest available and most profitable way. Okay, but I would not come here and lie to you and tell you there's no risks. There's risks. That's why I came with this very beautiful color, just so that I can encourage you that I've been doing it for years and you can do it and you can chest anything that comes with failure and the risks involved in agric investment. So one of the first things I'll tell you when it comes to agric storage and the risks involved is that you're not God, you cannot see the future, and sometimes things might seem very hopeful and eventually they will crash. And you'll be wondering how, but I calculated it. Yes, you did. We also saw that it was coming good, but other forces can influence your fall, especially when it comes to agric investment. I'll share with you a few of those things that attribute and contribute to the uncertainty of the agric market. First and foremost, insecurity. I just mentioned it in the last video that went up last week. You guys can check it out on the risks involved when it comes to agric investments as a result of insecurity. Insecurity is real, as much as the social media actually even touchlights it more than the mainstream media, if you notice, because people are being kidnapped on a daily, and just because they have a Twitter family member, that's when people would know that, oh, my family member was kidnapped. But NTA, AIT, TVC, Arise, all those mainstream media, forget NTA, just drop it. Other ones, they would not even put it, except when it's high profile. So those are some of the issues that we face. Number 2, drum roll, let me hear it, is carelessness. Yes, I'll say it's carelessness. A number of times when people make investments, they are not there to see it to the latter. They are not there to find out if I told you that, oh, we got the best quality of egusi for 85,000 naira, whether it's true or it's not true. Is it true that this year we bought egusi for 85,000 naira? Yes, we bought a bag of egusi for 85,000 naira, but there are egusis that cost less. But it's not an option for me because I'm all about quality. If you don't get qualitative product when it's time to sell, people will check. The last video about egusi, you can check how we do the quality control test. You keep poking, you poke the middle, you poke the up, you poke down, you poke sides, and keep comparing if the grains are the same. So if out of carelessness you are not able to pursue that to the later, you have to check it, raise it, check if there's dirt, if the seeds are small, if they are big, if they are rotten. Those are some of the things that you check for when buying. And then when you now eventually find out, you now will, okay, this one no tap, this one tap. That's how you're able to avoid carelessness, and you're being careful to know what you're buying. Another form of carelessness is being negligent and not, in fact, that one, it boils down to laziness for people who do normal kind of farming. When it comes to dry season or rainy season, conventional farming, those who do crop planting, normal plantation, those who do livestock and all that, being lazy and not able to pursue to the later. I gave you an example of storage, but another example for mainstream farm, especially during those who farm the conventional one during rainy season, they'll tell you, oh, the grass is not much like that, let us leave it. Okay, the more the grass, the lesser your yield. It's as simple as that. If anybody tells you, oh, there's a way you can manage it, that person is a liar. If you allow grasses to overshadow your plants, be rest assured that you've saved money for weeding and herbicides and all of that, but the money, you will top it up to your yield. Is that clear? When it comes to livestock, we're going to do a proper livestock video. Either it comes up after this or before this, any one of them. You can check my channel. I'm very sure that soon enough, or by this time around, I'm able to film a livestock video So another form of irresponsibility when it comes to livestock is a carelessness. When it comes to livestock is you're not able to decipher if your plants or your animals have issues. If one is purging, you have to isolate. If you buy a new one, you have to isolate, vaccinate. And sometimes these veterinary doctors, because they know their field, their prices are outrageous and all of that, those are some of the prices you pay as a farmer, right? You pay for those services. But if you decide to do corner and you want to buy the injection and inject those things, you might put it in the wrong vein, you can do it the wrong way, you might not know the dose, you might administer wrong drugs to those things, feed them wrong feed, whatever it is. Animals do not talk, so because you're the one caring for them, you would have to decipher, and that is being careful. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 would definitely be greed. Let me come closer. All those people that are being deceived by oh, don't worry, our own is cheaper. Did she tell you that it's 5,000 naira per bag of corn? It's a lie. In my village they sell it 200 naira. Do you know that there are different species of corn? You do not know. Do you know that there are some corns that when it's time to sell, they sell higher than others? You do not know. Do you know that there are some that are prone to more weevils than others? You have no idea. Do you know that there are some beans that are sold for higher than others? You do not know. All you care about is that theirs is cheaper and you go for the cheaper option. That's greed. Or when they tell you, oh, it's time to, put in this effort to get maximum results when it comes to farming, putting in more money, putting in fertilizer, you say, no, don't put that plenty fertilizer, put small, so that it to be enough to go around. Okay, that greed is going to tell on the yield of your product. So those are some of the risks involved in that. Another very major risk is natural occurrence, like flood, like drought. So in lots of crops this year, corn, egusi were highly affected. These are the ones I know of because of the drought and the flood. And in fact, rice. Let me give you an example for the 3. When it came to egusi, there was a time when rain ceased for 3 weeks. So usually they measure first 2, 3. After the 3rd, 4th rain, people are already planting because the rains are becoming more consistent. And as you're planting, it grows, right? If the rain ceases for a period of time, which is called drought, unpredicted drought, before August, though, usually there will come a time when maybe like for 2 weeks or 3 weeks rain will not fall. It will affect the yield of your product. So if you do not have options of irrigation or watering, it's going to affect its natural occurrence. Drought, no be you cause some, you give in your best, those ones are beyond your control. Another one that is definitely beyond your control is flood. It affected rice this year because I have rice farmers who planted rice, but rice was submerged in water. Even currently as I'm shooting this video, Kogi is still submerged in water. People are moving in canoes. So those are some of the issues that we face when it comes to those kinds of products. And corn this year, honestly, because of the drought, that short drought I mentioned during egusi, caused issues for corn farmers as well. What other issue I'm going to talk about? We're also going to talk about disease outbreak, especially when it comes to cattle, right? So when it comes to cattle disease outbreak, sometimes no be bird flu they talk that year. That bird flu killed a lot of birds and people were selling their birds short. Infection can catch fishes, can catch pigs. If you have livestock, they are prone to infections of different sorts, so you have to be careful, and when it does, you count your loss and you move on. There's nothing that is risk-free. Anybody that tell you this thing does not have any risks at all, the person wants to cheat you and run away with your money, you better be careful. Another option of risks involved is market forces that is beyond your control. For example, beans this year, there was a time I bought beans for 30,000 naira. Right now beans is sold for 29,000, 27,000. I'd have told you when it got 35, but we had hope that beans was going to get up to 60,000, 50,000. So when beans was on the increase, people from Taraba and Adamawa and those areas gathered their beans because they had stored beans and went to crash the market in Lagos. So Lagos like the biggest market, right? They export and do other things. So when more supply comes to Lagos, it crashes other prices around. and that's how beans crashed. And till today I never even seen my beans as I did like this. But this year we are still going to do beans, and these are some of the vulnerability I would share with you. If you are registered with Kofili, if you do not know that I have an Agric investment platform where we invest in plantation, livestock, corn and grains, basically storage, livestock, and dry season farming as well. So what we do is we give you the most available options, the most profitable and secure platform options available, especially when it comes to the value chain of agriculture, dry season, storage, whatever, conventional farming, livestock, whichever one is most available and has a promising future is one we will give you, and then would help you store, will sell for you and return your money back to you with your profit, but you pay us for our services. It's simple. We're a registered company in Nigeria and we've been operating. This is our first year of operation, so please support us. We are not scammers. We will not run with your money. Actually, I was even I'll talk about my story some other time, but yeah, this is not for it. And the last but not the least is that there's nothing that is cast on stone, right? You might make your calculations, you might make your predictions, you are giving all the hopes that are available, like everything is given, but it is not given when it comes to actualization. For example, as I mentioned, beans was promised this year that I go reach 60k. You know, reach this time. So some of those things are things that happen, and that is why you need to know how to invest and the kinds of money that you use to invest. It's not the money that if you lost you will die. It's not the money that if you do not bring it your landlord will crucify you. No, it is the money that you can afford to lose that you would invest. That is the rule number one when it comes to agric investment. If you do not know general investment, say any money you cannot lose, please do not invest it. But you are investing, weighing your risk option and your gain options, and you plunge in, because life is a risk and we are taking the risks just so that we can prosper financially. Another thing is fire can catch your warehouse and your things will burn, or thief will steal it and you will lose it. Or like they did for my mother one year, she went to store in one woman's house. The woman sold the egusi until tomorrow they have not finished court case. Those things happen, and that is why, because of people's experiences, you find ways of navigating these issues and these risks involved when it comes to things like this. So if you know that this person is not sure, you don't have guarantee, you don't know this person from Adam, you not put anything in the person's warehouse. If you know that okay, and this person is good, I can manage, you've done your checks, the person is registered in the market, then and there's a system to get back your property, then you can store in the person's warehouse. There are other things that can help you basically to be able to avoid most of these risks, as I said. But in all, risks is like what will birth increase for you. So if you have enjoyed this video with my fine face and my pinky things, please subscribe to my channel and share it to your friends and families. We would help you go through the market, buy your products, store, sell for you, and give you back your money. You just pay us for our charges. We are legit. I'll keep saying it. I have a platform here. I'm not running anytime soon, and I intend to leverage on this my platform to make money. Okay. This will be the end of this video. I hope I'll see you guys in other. Please, you can share your story in the comment section if you have ever one way or another fall for scam, or some people will run away with your money. And that one, unfaithful people, insincere people, scammers and thieves. Be very careful. I'll see you guys in my next one.